Did Sega just announce Football Manager? Was it a mistake? Anyway, let's get into the video. Big news from Sega, and it looks like Football Manager has actually not been forgotten. It looks like with the new Sega meeting, they won't just be on a sports or interactive silence. If you are somehow in the Football Manager loop, but not in the... No, Football Manager went silent since the FM25 was delayed. If for some reason you're out of the loop and didn't know that Football Manager was delayed last year and eventually cancelled, then here's the news for you. But FM26 has definitely not been forgotten about. As found out by FM Council on YouTube, I will leave a link in the description to his video. He was the first one that I found that broke it. Looks like he's the first one that everyone else is looking towards as well. Sega shareholder had a meeting with their shareholders. Well, Sega had a meeting with their shareholders. They do this every quarter, and they do this quite a lot. Every quarter. Last 2 years, this was a development update 2 days afterwards. So that's expected to be around the 24th, which is around Tuesday, Wednesday. So if we're going by the last 2 years that we actually got a game, we can actually get an update by maybe Friday, the 27th. I'm not expecting anything spectacular, but maybe we'll get a note from Sports Interactive or Miles and just be, we're still alive, we're still out here. Sega have been up to quite a bit over the last couple months with Sega Football Club Champions beta, which was announced using the Football Manager database. Not anything to get rid of Football Manager, just using the FM database because it is one of the best databases in the world, and even a football clubs use it. And even that was delayed. Looks like people weren't happy with a couple of the details for it. I never played anything. Seems to be a lot of Japanese, Asian based, but using the Football Manager database is definitely something to have a look at. As well as that, Sports Interactive have been busy making FMDB. If you know about Football Manager database, they did it for the World Cup a couple of years ago. They have a database where you can just go on your phone and then just go through stats for players. Kind of use the Football Manager database. They did have it a couple of years ago, but now they're bringing it back. They did get rid of it. Not really sure why. I didn't use it at the time. But anyway, let's get into this management meeting from Sega. In the management meeting from Sega, they did talk about the supported platform changes, including PS5 and Xbox. Most likely with the Switch 2 coming out recently, that will be one of the compatibilities with the new upcoming game. I don't know whether it'll be a touch version, but I'm sure with the new engine and the way they're trying to make it all one just big balls wherever the game is similar, I'm sure it's going to be pretty similar and almost should be the same game, at least that's the hope. Anyway, towards that management meeting from Sega, they did say with their plan that with Football Manager it's a significant improvement of quality, which is a good sign that Sega are backing the Football Manager update from what they can see. From what I'm reading from it, from what I take from it, it looks like Sega really aren't on the backs of Sports Interactive. The Sports Interactive rumours that are going about Sega dropping Sports Interactive and Sports Interactive going separately. Looks like Football Manager are completely backing the Sega partnership. Anyway, later in the meeting, we have this like PowerPoint that's over on FM Council's channel. They have a plan for a regrowth of the European business. So there's a Sonic game. I don't think that did very well, but I think they're releasing that along with Football Manager, which has a planned release in fall 2025, which is usually about the same that it comes out anyway. Fall starts, from what I can tell, about 22nd of September, which is very early for a Football Manager, but I wouldn't even put it past them to release it a little bit earlier. September's a little bit early though, but it goes from 22nd of September to about the 21st of December. If we're not getting a Football Manager by the 21st of December after it's been delayed, then There's going to be a lot of questions, let's just say. It seems like the usual date planning is basically just going to happen. We might get some news before, but I'm not expecting anything really great or anything big. So we're expecting the first news around late August, September, with a release around October or November. Usually the same spot. Might get a couple of weeks early, but it's not going to be massively different. They don't usually announce things at gaming conventions, but it looks like the Gamescom in Germany, based in August, will be the first public event showing it. I guess more than Sports Interactive and Football Manager doing anything. It's not like Sports Interactive haven't been doing anything, especially with the FM database, and even with our job vacancies they've been putting out. There's a couple in, I think it was Bulgaria, one of the European countries. It might have been a different country, but I think it was Bulgaria. And then they have some other different ones for a marketing assistant, which is pretty common for companies to do, especially for the companies the size of Sports Interactive, for when a new game comes out. And then quality assurance testing, which is basically what happens when you put a game out. You want to make sure it's actually good. You want to make sure when you do the bug updates, it's going to be all fine. I think these are temporary 6 months based up until March. So I guess it's for the whole FM26 life cycle. They probably won't do many updates from March. They might do a usual January winter upgrades and transfers, but that's mainly just that and bug fixing. I don't expect anything else unless international management comes later in the year or anything they haven't quite got ready, or stuff that they're going to take out and then it's not quite ready for the release, but they'll release it later in the year. I'm not sure this will go down well, but it's something that might happen if, let's say, international management is brought back. Would be quite a decent thing. And it's not like the game is in a completely awful position. Of course, we don't have many updates on it, but the game was tested in January this year, just 5 months ago. You think in 5 months they had a game that was, although not playable to have it released, they must have been semi-confident that it would have gone to a certain point where it was playable. Obviously not to the extent that we wanted, but back in January there was a playable game of some sort that people actually tested. Unfortunately, it is absolutely boiling in the UK. I've turned my fan off for the first time in about a day and a half. I do have a bloodshot eye. I am fine. I don't know why that is. But anyway, if we have any more Football Manager news, we'll get towards that over the next couple of days. I guess that Sega shareholding meeting due to be around the 24th. We'll have some news maybe. But I guess that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.